Hey, what's up? So this week I'm going to do an extra different review. It's all video, all I know, like right here. Whoa. So we're going to try and do that. To get things started, this week I'm going to do the Arctic Monkeys because they're a band that's near and dear to my heart. The first album of the Arctic Monkeys blew me away, and the second one did the same thing. I'm the biggest fan of this band you'll ever find. I know all the words. He doesn't even make noises. He speaks so quickly you can't keep up with his brain, but I have memorized every note of those albums, so no one is more qualified to review the Arctic Monkeys than me. Let's start. This is the new album, Arctic Monkeys AM. It's their 5th album. Alex Turner is 24. That's like me in 2 years having 6 albums under my belt, if you count his Shadow Puppets side project.
But number one in Hollywood.
So,
I work behind the camera on cooking show.
in any case, with that side effect off, it's really interesting to me because they started off, he would have been like 13 when he started recording I'll Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor. 13 when you make one of the biggest European hits in years. At 13, I'm pretty sure I still played Pokemon. Maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not remembering. Yu-Gi-Oh! Probably. Yeah, I played cards. He was writing rock records. You know, whatever. So anyways, Arctic Monkeys started off in 2002 from Sheffield. Consists of Alex Turner on lead vocals. We've got Jamie Cook, who is the rhythm guitar. Nick O'Malley is the bass player and the backing vocals, and Matt Helders is the drummer. This is a band that's made up of pretty young teenagers that started off with this fierce sound that came out with 2006's Whatever People I Say I Am, That's What I'm Not, and they straight through into the very next year into Favorite Worst Nightmare. Those two albums was this very definitive, fast, rhythm-based. It was like Alex led the tempo of this super fast, vocal-based melody, and it really kept everything very simple. But after that, in 2009, they did a little bit of a different thing when they took direction from Queens of the Stone Age's Josh Homme, and they shifted it up completely, slowed it way down, they made it dark, they made it evil, they made it ominous, and they sort of lost everything that was the charm of what they had before. So they tried to change things up while still keeping that sound with Suck It and See, which I think they did. They made it dark, they made it quicker, they made it smart. They still kept the fun lyrics, the smart witticism that he always plays into everything he does, the vocal lead-ins, like he controls everything. And with this new one, I think they were almost ironically cool before, but this is it. Like, when this album came out, it was decided. The Arctic Monkeys are cool. Cool as hell. I mean, take a look at the picture of Alex Turner nowadays. He is the coolest looking guy ever. He's got the classic Elvis rock star hair straight up. He's got the leather jacket on. He's just the guy. He's the man. And on this album, they dominate that feel with their sound. It's just great. Seriously. And the album itself, it's all spun off of a song they wrote just for the tour they did with Black Keys back in 2011. It was just a single called Are You Mine? They released it. There was no real reason for it, but the song is amazing, and it's the centerpiece for the album, and it's what inspired them to make this album. It's a trip through 70s rock, psychedelic 70s rock with a bass of just pure guitars and sexy grooves. Seriously, that's what this album takes you through, and they really have done that. I mean, the track listing for this is pretty sound and simple. I mean, AM starts off with a song that is literally slow and flowy, sort of, if you want to call it that. It also goes straight there from that into Are You Mine, which is like, bam, rock, here we go. So it starts off and it's sort of leading you in with this little slow, sensual vocals, if you can call it that. It's called Do I Want to Know, and I know I'm not allowed to say sexy, but I've heard girls call it that. That's because that's what it is. It's just this, Alex is seducing you with this first track, and he brings you in. So you want to know the Arctic Monkeys? Let me show you the Arctic Monkeys. And then, with the second track, you're his. Are You Mine? You're his. Let's be honest, you're his. By the time you get to One for the Road, it's slower, but it's still got that 70s groove rock thing going to it, and it's really just pulling you in more because you're curious now. You want to see where the rest of it goes. At Umbrella, it definitely keeps you, because there's a part in the song where it grooves along, and then it just slams down on guitar chords randomly, and it just really pulls it off. And I guess that's just what kind of loses me, because this is still a good album from there, but I want it all. It slows things down. It's this smooth, sexy kind of jazzy thing going on, and then they really take things down with Number One Party Anthem to almost like too slow to be rock. You know, it's like really rock ballad kind of thing, and it's just, it flows so slowly that you're just kind of like, I can't, come on, please, just go fast again, rock out some more. And that happens again with Mad Sounds. You just really want them to speed up, you know? Just like, come on, man, I really dig what you were doing, don't stop now. And then he sort of gets back up to it with a little bit on Fireside. There's some more rock anthem stuff going on there. And he brings the guitar chords back, and the synth, and the interesting lyrics, and the fun, and the rock, and the cool. But then, it's the highlight of the album, I'd actually say, is the song Why Do You Only Call Me When You're High. It's still kind of ballady, rock ballady, smooth, slow, but it has a really interesting feel to it that makes you want to listen. It just makes you pay attention. And from there, it slows down even more. The rest of the album, it's just kind of flowing through. You know, it's like the 70s, pay attention to me, I'm awesome. Way up here, and then in your face, you know, just grasping you with Are You Mine, and then it holds you there for a couple of tracks, and then it's just like, yep, that's right. We're going to go back down here, and you're going to be curious. And it's back up for a little bit, and then it's just straight down. It's like super slow. And that's the problem with the album, is the rock side of it sort of falls off the charts for a while. They have become pretty much Queens of the Stone Age mixed with the original Arctic Monkeys. That's the new Arctic Monkeys. They are themselves, but a combination of them and Queens. That's the current version of the Arctic Monkeys, and they still play awesome music, but it's lost. I think if they'd focused the entire sound on the sound of Are You Mine and really driven the rock up, then it would have been okay to kill it back down on things like Number One Party Anthem and Why Do You Only Call Me When You're High. Those songs are better on the album when you have the rockers to push them along, but when you don't, it just sort of leaves you wanting more. You want him to slam down on the guitar and go nuts and scream his lungs out like he used to, but it just doesn't happen, and for that, I have to give it a 3.5 stars out of 5. I really recommend it. It's a good album. It's fun, but it doesn't drive home the rock as much as it should have. When you listen to Queens of the Stone Age's new album, you understand the difference. When Queens really rock out, they really rock out, and you feel it. Even on the slower stuff, it's like, yes. But with Arctic, you just, Are You Mine is about it. And you really want them to keep going, and they just don't. Anyway, I still like it, but 3.5 stars out of 5. Thanks. Alright, this is my first time trying a just video track for this, so if you like it, we'll keep doing it. If not, whatever. I've got time. Thanks. Check out Are You Mine. Check out Why Do You Only Call Me When You're High, and check out Do I Want to Know.